You want to go look quick?
Let me go look. You entertain the crowd like the fucking monkey you are.
That's right. I will show you my boobs.
Whoa.
My man boobs.
That escalated quickly. That reminds me, I have an idea for a TikTok.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Two Dads, One Mic podcast. What's that? Oh. My name's Taylor, and we do not have Mike because he is making sure that his children are not up and interrupting our quality content that we want to offer you tonight. First things first, the trick of the night. Mike, would you like to take it away? It's very scary because I don't know. When you hear a little pitter patter, it's like, is that a kid? Did someone break into the house? We really don't know. We'll find out. Oh, how do I? Oh, how do I? Oh, here he comes. He's coming. And he's charging his phone, charging his phone. He's plugging in the baby monitor. He's fixing this microphone right now. Here he comes. Everyone run. All right. Let's do this, bitch.
Let's do it to it. It's gonna get tight when we start having guests in here.
I mean, we'll have to figure that out.
We're just gonna cram in here, assholes to elbows.
I mean, we can.
Nuts to butts.
Nuts to butts, baby. Let's go.
Nuts to butts.
Go.
All right. Really as light as it normally is in here?
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It sounded like a question. Wasn't.
Welcome to the Two Dads, One Mic podcast. I'm Taylor. This is Mike.
What's up?
And we are back for episode number 9.
9?
Yes. Wow. All right. We actually did this. We have one more until 10.
Yep.
Can't
Almost
wait.
double digits.
Oh,
Piss or pot?
Piss or pot. But we can't do that yet, though, because we have to introduce the drink of the night. Michael, take it away.
Drink of the night. You're going to have to finger it. Stir it. I didn't stir it up yet. So... And I
said finger it. That's the sick bastard.
It could take me down a lot of roads here. So this is our drink of the night. I call it a freschilla. It is fresca, as you could probably tell by part of the name, and tequila. This is just what we got tonight.
Shout out to Jose Cuervo.
Yep, let's get it. I mean, if they want to send us new stuff to try,
we would love to
happily try it.
Correct.
We will be your taste testers and give you straight up, honest, it's all going to be good answers. So if you want to, go for it. Or any other tequila company. Or anybody who has any product that wants to send us stuff.
We want your free shit.
Hit us up on the email.
We're telling you. Yes.
What is that?
2 dads, 1 mic, 414. I did it this time.
We did it.
At gmail.com. That's the number 2 dads, the number 1 MIC 414 at gmail.com.
See, we can do grown up things.
We can do grown up things. I'm so proud of us.
Let's remember emails.
I can't believe I did this.
So proud of us. You know who else? Oh, sorry. We got a drink for that.
Cheers.
Piss and pot. Oh, so good.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Before we go into what we're going to talk about, we did upgrade our mics.
Oh, yeah. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, because we've done a couple test runs now, and I feel like the quality is much better.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're not the $4
TV
mics. They are very expensive.
Plus, so we got a 4-pack so that when we start having guests, we are prepared.
Oh, yeah. Very prepared.
And not doing one of these here, hold this. Yeah. They could probably just use this mic, actually. But
it does work.
It does.
We'll edit that later.
Yeah. As you can tell by a previous episode, we're super good at editing.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah. Apologies for that. I think we figured it out. I hope we did. We talked about how proud we were of doing big boy shit.
Yeah, 100%.
With our email.
Yeah.
The Packers are also doing big boy shit.
Yes, that's correct. So we want to talk about NFL football. Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. That's going to be like a theme song coming in.
So, as you can tell by the harsh accent, we are from Wisconsin.
Eh?
And you're right, stop and go, like there. And we do like the Packers. So, with the NFL season kicking off, we wanted to do an NFL preview of the Packers because they do play the shitty Detroit Lions in week 1 of this season. Yes, correct. However, not even the biggest news. Micah Parsons, former Dallas Cowboy, is now a Packer. And I
Jerry Jones
could not believe, I still can't believe it. Like, they had a press conference tonight.
No.
He's going to wear number 1. You know, who wore number 1 last time? Like, whatever. How many years ago? One.
No.
Curly Lambeau.
Perfect.
So they actually, no one's worn that number.
Okay.
Yes. Because
I feel better that no one has worn that number because I couldn't think of it.
Because Twitter X pretty much was freaking the fuck out that they were allowing him to use the number 1 because really no one had worn it.
But they haven't officially retired it.
They had not officially retired it. But with a player like Mike Parsons,
he's up to caliber. He's probably one of the few people that could demand a number like that.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you know, they were talking about to Brian Gutekunst, the Packers GM, you know, this evening, you know, essentially along the lines of like, you really like your draft picks. What made you inclined to get rid of them? So he pretty much went into detail of like, we wouldn't have gotten rid of these picks if we didn't like the player. So you could tell that we like the player based off of the 2 first-round picks that we gave up.
And quite honestly, we've wasted first-round picks.
Well, and that's
for the last couple of years. Before this year,
correct.
We drafted Matthew Golden one.
And I think
for the first time in 23 years, we drafted a receiver in the first round.
Well, and I think a lot of Packer fans forget that Brian Gutekunst doesn't make his money in the first round. Brian Gutekunst has made his money in rounds 2 through 7.
Yes.
I mean, again, you have Jaden Reed, Jenkins, you've had Romeo Dobbs, you have Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft is another one.
Yep.
Sean Ryan. I mean, the list goes on.
It goes on.
Zach Tom. You know, they just paid him all that money. And so I think the biggest thing is it's like people got to remember the Packers aren't the Packers without the late draft picks.
Yes. And they've always been this draft and develop.
Correct.
This draft and develop type of mentality that almost seems like that has gone to the wayside as Ed Policy, the new president of football operations. Is that his title? President of the Packers, whatever. His dad was the president of the Packers when they turned the corner, I believe. I don't know the exact years that he was president, but it was like late 80s into the early 90s where they turned the corner and made these big moves like Reggie White. Micah Parsons move is probably the single biggest move the Packers have ever made.
Yeah.
And his stats line up
with Reggie White.
And what did they do right after that? Within a year or two? Right? It wasn't his first year.
No. I think it was the second year.
Within a year or two. But like that's the thing is we didn't get him on a 1-year deal.
No,
we literally re-signed him for a 4-year extension.
Correct.
Which gives us 4 years of Michael Parsons.
Oh, this one.
Oh, man.
So I don't know if you can hear it, so anybody that might be new here, Mike has a main stack that's sitting to your left, my right, and it goes off from time to time.
Yes.
Because it's a main stack. So, and every time that happens, we have to drink whatever drink we have in our hand. So there you go.
I don't think it's actually anyone peeing. But it sounds like it, so we call it the pisser pot. Also, put a mic on there. Just clip it right on there. On the tube. Okay. You work on that.
All right. Keep going. Keep talking about that.
So, what's exciting is that this isn't just this year, like one year like rental of a big time player like our other sports teams have done with like CC Sabathia, or like when the Bucks got Dame. Clip it right on the edge of the pipe. There we go. Is it wide enough?
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. This is a bona fide superstar who has the potential to be around here for a long time.
Well, I think you got to look at it from probably a 3 to 4 year window, right? Where he's commanding.
Mhm.
I shouldn't even say that because I think they front loaded his contract, so he's got a ton of guarantees, like
Okay.
the highest guarantees I think in NFL history.
Okay.
So that's how the Packers always do their contracts.
Yeah,
They have
they
guarantees.
front load 'em. Yep.
They make it easy for the guys to get them.
Yep.
But I think you got to remember too, where it's like this is going to be the window now. Now they drafted Golden. Yep. They probably end up losing 2 receivers next year. They have a lot of guys on defense they have to re-sign if those guys are even going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's like you're building the stepping stone to a championship team, and this is it. Like,
and a perennial championship.
Well, and that's the thing. Like they always talk about how the Packers are the youngest team. There's always excuses. There are no more excuses.
They're still on the younger side because Micah Parsons.
No, I think they're
their age.
I think they're the youngest team in the NFL.
They might still be.
Yeah,
but they've also got a bunch of those young guys that have 2 years of playoff experience.
Yep. Well, that's the biggest part about it,
right? Like they're young, but they're not inexperienced. They know the level up game,
right?
From regular season to the postseason,
right?
And quite honestly, last year we went toe to toe, and if we don't botch that, is it the kickoff or the first punt?
Yeah.
That Eagles game is a whole different game.
Well,
right? and then how does that shape up the rest of the playoffs, right? Like, you don't know what could happen there. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, if we only had this one play different, we would have won. I'm not saying we would have beaten the Eagles. The Eagles, it was their year. They were
they had a stacked team,
almost unstoppable.
The odds were in their favor majority of the season.
But both times we played them, we played them tough, fucking a lot of shit up.
Well, and that's the thing. You're talking about turnovers, right? Where that's where you're talking about, the youngest team in the league fucking it up, making those turnovers. But now, you have a team that's got pretty much all these dudes who are second year, third year, fourth year players. They're hungry to win, and you hope that they make less of those mistakes. The mistakes are going to happen. Yeah, like that's what people got to remember. It's not that they won't happen. It's just that how much of it happens, right? In a given game or a given season. Well,
and so sorry, as you were talking very eloquently and deep about Packers stuff, I couldn't tell you what you were talking about because my mind, we were talking about the Eagles, and every time I think about the Eagles, my mind goes to that Saquon Barkley run where he jumped over the guy backwards. Yeah, I know. Right? Like, and I was there, and then this is how my brain works. Hashtag ADHD.
Hashtag ADHD.
It jumped to, I saw a picture someone edited of him doing that over Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's engagement picture, like where he's down on one knee. Right. And Saquon Barkley, his ass is just in the middle and it's spread like this right over the top of him. That's where my head went the whole time you were talking about lots of knowledgeable things.
That's okay. That's okay.
But like, sorry, where were we? Because that derailed me.
So we were just talking about how we're second, third, fourth year players who are hungry to win, and we're talking about mistakes and turnovers, and you're hoping that you make less of those, so that you're another year.
Well, and some of those mistakes, the Packers didn't feel like they had a good defense last year, right? But you look at the stats; they ended up top 10.
So I think
like they were close to top 5.
So I think a lot of what you saw last year was hidden or masked because of the defensive coordinator.
Yes.
And so I think
is a fucking wizard.
So I think, like what he was able to do with players that he was given, seeing that it was his first year, I think was great. But I'm really excited to see now that you have Parsons, what that dynamic's going to look like around the field.
Well, and when you have that type of creativity and don't have to use it every play. Right.
Well,
because you have Micah Parsons.
You have
Micah fucking Parsons.
Right. So you have Micah Parsons, you have Edrin Cooper, you have Rashawn Gary, you have, Devontae Wyatt, you have, Xavier McKinney.
You got a Pro Bowler on every level.
Right.
If not multiple.
100%.
And coming into the preseason and stuff like that, you're looking at it's like, ooh, our cornerbacks and like.
But when you're rushing the passer,
we don't have depth. We don't have big names in the cornerback position, we lost Jair Alexander.
Yep.
In the offseason, which really seemed like a lot. Like no one's thinking about that anymore, because a good pass rusher like Parsons eliminates the need to have elite corner play.
Mr. Pot, I hope you all hear that
loud and clear. Pierce, you better catch up, my sir.
You're just pounding them down today.
And so, public service announcement. These are really dangerous because you can't taste any of the tequila.
And
they're not light. So,
and we will be going live later. Mike will be slurring all of his words.
But yeah, so it goes down too quick. So we don't have the need for elite corner play because the immediate impact that Parsons has on the quarterback.
Yes.
Every quarterback is going to know where Parsons is.
Right.
Is going to be looking for him to see where the hell he's coming from because of Hafley's creativity.
Right.
You don't know where the hell he's going to come from. He's not right. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't gone into depth and haven't watched a lot of Cowboys football because they're just trash. But Parsons isn't I line up on the left side and I put my hand in the dirt.
So it's actually
he can move. He can play in the linebacker spot. He can play DN. He can run stunts on the inside because he's strong enough and quick enough to blow by the interior lineman. Like he has that capability.
Yeah.
That he's a mismatch no matter where he is on the field.
So to my understanding, how all of this kind of started with the Parsons and Dallas situation was that Parsons, or the Cowboys designated Parsons to be a defensive end and not a linebacker. So there's levels to this where if you play a certain position, and if you are in your rookie contract, your 5th-year option, if you're designated as a one particular position, you get that much money, right?
Okay,
so
it's broken up.
Let's just say you were a defensive end.
Yep.
Like they have as Parsons. Well, he would have gotten or should have gotten $21 million. So he filed a grievance against the NFL or against the Cowboys and the NFL saying,
"No shit.
Hey, I think this is wrong.
Yeah,
I'm a linebacker.
Yeah,
that's what I was drafted as.
Yeah,
that's what I've been playing. Yeah, I play this position as DN.
Yeah,
but I also play the other positions as well.
Yes, yeah.
And so he would have made
the linebacker.
Right.
That bracket is higher.
Right. So he would have made $24 million as a linebacker. So that's $3 million he lost or was losing because he was playing, or they had him designated as a D end.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And when you from our standpoint, we're like, what's the fucking difference between $21 and $24 million? Like, you're getting $20+ million a year. $1 million would make a huge impact on my life.
Right.
Nonetheless, 3.
Right. Well, and that's
and
that's where I think so that kind of kickstarted it all. And then they approached him about a long-term deal, but Jerry Jones being Jerry Jones was like, well, I'm gonna only offer you 5 years at $40 million, which is like dick. It's not.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I want to make this, and Jerry said no, and they ended up.
Well, what I was hearing on ESPN radio was that the Jerry Jones kind of talked with Parsons first directly.
Yes.
And said, hey, this is what we're going to do. And in Jerry Jones' mind, in his old ass mind, like he used to do in the fucking 90s, you could do that. You could shake a hand and say, this is our deal. We've struck a deal.
So he does that with a lot of high profile players.
Yeah.
And so he will go to the player, try to negotiate the deal with the player, what you just talked about. And then, but Parsons is like, no, you need to talk to my representation.
Yes. Yeah.
That's you're like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk to them about it.
Yeah.
They'll handle it. And Jerry said no.
Yep. Which is, thank you, Jerry.
And then
being an idiot.
Right. And then sent him to the fucking
Packers.
So
hell yeah, for hopes and dreams.
Right. Well, and that's
defensive tackle that I love Kenny Clark. I love what he did for the Packers. He's been a mainstay of that defensive line.
Right.
Right. He was going into his last year's contract.
You would have been a cut, I believe, next year.
we were done with him.
Yeah, he had an extra year, I think.
Yeah.
If the Packers would have cut him anyways.
He wasn't as productive as what you would hope.
Right.
And when you were paying all these other guys that much money, you would have needed whatever cap space from him to try to fortify with someone else.
Right.
Because he could hold his ground, but he wasn't as disruptive.
He wasn't like
as he was. Right.
He was good at stuffing the holes.
Yep.
That's what she said.
Well, I'll drink to that.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you have 7 kids.
Yeah.
Amongst the two of us.
Yep.
Sorry, wives.
So he was close to being like he was just underneath those. Oh, it's hard to even compare him to Aaron Donald because Aaron Donald is more of an edge guy.
Right.
Right. So it's a little unfair to compare him to Aaron Donald to other dudes in the middle. Like I don't think like Vince Wilfork back in the day, he wasn't on that level. So, but he wasn't that far removed from it though. Like he was sucking up double teams and like can be disruptive, but it wasn't.
So
consistent.
So for Packers fans potentially listening to this, if you remember B.J. Raji, that is what Kenny Clark reminds me of to a point. A smaller version of B.J. Raji.
Yes. Yep. And B.J. Raji had his highlights and moments, right? Like we remember those vividly. But he was, I think, a touch below that. Yeah. Yeah. So we are lucky. And honestly, I think Visser Pot. I think we're lucky and almost a little spoiled to have managers not managers, GMs that know what the fuck they're doing. Yes. And aren't compromising the future. Like I don't consider 2 first-round picks. No. That like if it would have been a steal for 3 first-round picks. Yeah. And a player. Right? Like so by the time you gain first-round picks back, Micah Parsons still has 2 years. Yeah. Right? Like on this contract. And then if he likes it and we're successful and it's jiving, then we're going to give him another contract. Well, that's right. I mean, like
a player like that just doesn't lose his gumption when he turns 30, right? No. Yeah, a player like that plays till he's like probably starts to lose a step when he's like 34. Yeah. So he's probably good for at least one more contract if that's what they decide to do. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I mean, I guess the biggest thing is we could probably talk about this for another 3-4 hours. You know. But I kind of want to dive into though real quick is so obviously we played Detroit. Mm-hmm. And I think we kind of
trash it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Jared Goff, he sucks.
By the way, I went to the one Packer game I've gone to in recent history was the Lions game last year. Late in the season, it was raining, pouring, and nasty. The Lions fans were not as big of jackasses as Bears fans. I'm just going to put that out there.
Bears fans are pretty.
I have nothing against a Lions fan. I mean, we're still going to talk trash,
right?
But Bears fans, it's just a little harder.
I mean, Bears fans, it's like arguing with a piece that piece of drywall that's right behind that camera there. Yep. Yeah, it's like that.
Now we don't have drywall.
It's very hard, and it's very. That's what she said. And it's very like.
I like how that's what she said it yourself.
And it's very dense, and there's no comprehension to their surroundings. So yes, yeah, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah. How deflated do they have to be? They were around cloud 9.
Well, you got to think about it, right? So they love to be the off-season champs, right? So they sign all these players. They draft a quarterback. It's all for. But we're going to win the Super Bowl. You haven't won the Super Bowl since 1985. So shut the fuck up. Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, and then all of a sudden, Micah Parsons happens a week before the season.
And all of the new head coach and how awesome Caleb Williams,
who came from the trash organization of Detroit,
right? Like they were looking good until now. Caleb, I saw another TikTok. Someone acting out Caleb Williams painting his fingernails.
Sure.
knowing that Micah Parsons is going to be up his ass
the
first week, and the paint's all over his hand, and he's shaking, and he's like, "Oh my goodness!"
He's that. You talk about a quarterback, or like talk about quarterbacks that have to be worried about defenses. Every team in the division has a good defense. Even the Bears. I'll give the Bears that.
Yeah,
that's been their strong suit over the last 2-3 years.
Yes. Yep.
Even with the shitty coaches,
even with all their dumb mistakes of, mouthing off to the fans and then losing on a Hail Mary, right? Like that type of dumb stuff overshadows the quality of their defense, which is pretty good. Like,
yeah,
this going into until this Micah Parsons thing happened, like, is one of the more, like, I was going into the season questioning, like, man, this is really a toss up.
Yeah.
Because if the Bears get this shit right and start putting stuff together and have a good head coach and start moving in the right direction, they have enough decent players that they could culminate to something a little better, right? Like than they have been the last couple of years, right? Like they have the pieces. When you look at them on paper, they're not bad.
No.
But the shenanigans going on around them, and that infiltrates onto the field eventually.
Well, it starts with the ownership.
Yes.
Where that's why the Packers have the best owners in the world.
Yes, and it is us.
It is us.
It is us. You're welcome.
So let's do this. I want to do 3 things that you're most nervous about for the game this week against the Lions for the Packers.
Okay.
So you give me 3 things. That
3 things that I'm most nervous about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do in order of nervousness.
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Third, I am nervous that we're gonna have a slow start.
Okay.
We've had a couple slow starts. Not as bad as the Bengals. Like they're horrible at starting the season.
Yeah.
Right, but we started out 1-5 last year.
Yes.
Granted, we Jordan Love was battling some injuries and stuff like that. We played in fucking Brazil on the worst turf known to man. So like that's something I'm worried about though, because it hasn't. You can't say it hasn't been present in every season that LaFleur has been there.
No, it has.
Right, like it's been there.
Even with Rodgers MVP seasons,
it's always a slow start, right? Number 2, I would probably say that my number 2 worry is that see, you just threw this at me and I didn't have time to prep, so I don't know what I'm most worried about. One of them is injury. I'll talk this through. Yeah. And I'll come to a conclusion by the time I'm done.
Pittsburgh.
I'm worried about injury.
Yep.
Right?
So
Micah to whatever.
Yep, injury.
Right? The other thing, and I'm not sure where it's going to rank by the time, I'll get there by the time I'm done talking about it. The other thing is that, like, you get... I'm not going to get there with that coming out your ass.
Well, I don't know what you mean.
The other thing I'm worried about is almost like an inflated ego.
Sure.
Right? It's something I always worry about. Like, ooh, we got Micah Parsons. We can't do anything. Like, it almost like, is that going to take the edge off of everyone?
Probably.
And say, hey, we don't need to work.
Right.
We got right? Like, I don't want people to now slack off.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very normal person thought.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Guys competing at that level don't have the same mentality that any of us do.
No.
In every single part of their day is geared towards one thing, and it's that dedication. Nobody in the normal realm has that mentality.
Unless you're going to the bathroom.
Unless you need to run a potty training 2.5-year-old to a toilet and all the doors are locked at school.
Deflating.
It's deflating, right?
Did you make it?
No.
Anywhere?
No.
It just right in the
It's
pants.
just right in the pants. Yep.
Nice.
That happened to me twice this week, so that's fun. She's doing great, though, on potty training. That's a side note. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my three
Three
words.
things? Okay.
What are yours?
So I think for me, we'll start again, 3, 2, 1. The third thing would be probably, again, injury. I think there's always that risk on week one. Something stupid happens because of whatever, like last year.
Yep.
I think that the number 2 is that the defense doesn't play with a spark.
Yes.
Now that they have Micah Parsons.
Yep. They lose that edge. So
right.
That's the
same,
what I was
same kind of concept. But I think for me, the number one thing that I'm most worried about is the offense. And I'm worried about them not only starting slow, but I'm worried that they're going to be too focused on running the football. When I think now that Jordan Love has all these weapons, I almost feel like you have to open it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, you still want to be well balanced in your day to day. So, those are my 3 worries. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think the reason I'm not worried about the offense as a whole is I think now with Jordan Love going into his 3rd season as a starter, he's faced some adversity. He's hit that quote unquote sophomore slump, right? He ended out not his rookie season, his first season playing as a starter. He ended with a bang. I think he threw 1 interception in the last 8 games, like just killed the last half of the season. Then his second season comes around and he was a little more back down to normal or median, right? I think he's got enough whereabouts with him and enough experience, enough of that cool, calm energy that he can dictate a little bit and has that confidence to say, all right, I feel like we're trying the run and it's not working. Yeah. So we're going to do this. I'm going to audible. Yeah. Like some of that stuff, I think Rodgers, and we get this in, we could talk forever.
Talk for hours, yeah.
I think Rodgers was great at that.
Yeah.
And then took it too far.
Right, I agree.
So thinking I can outsmart the person who spends hours every day
prepping to play against me.
Planning my offense. Right, that is already tailored around him, right? So then he started outsmarting the people that are trying to outsmart everyone else. Then it's
more
convoluted.
Yeah.
Right? So I think Jordan Love is in that sweet spot where he hasn't really earned anything yet.
Yeah.
Right? Except for a boat ton of money.
Yeah.
Right? But like the credential-wise, he hasn't earned anything yet to get himself that inflated of ego.
Validated. Yeah.
That he's gonna not rely on his tools around him, being his coaching staff, the offensive coordinator, all those guys, LaFleur, like he's going to rely on them. But what it seems like is they have a very open line of communication.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, I see
I like this
working. That. I don't like this. I don't like this is working. That's working. I'm seeing this. They seem to be making some adjustments, within the game, which is something I don't feel like we were seeing before LaFleur was there.
No, I agree. I would agree with you. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm excited because I think football is the best.
I'm pumped.
And fall's here pretty much because it's fucking ridiculous. It's cold out already.
It just flipped a switch.
Yeah.
Like,
it went from 100 to 60. So here we are.
It dipped down into the 40s the other night.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm also a quick tidbit. I am super excited. We're doing a fantasy league with my sons and a bunch of his friends and a couple of the dads and stuff like that. Both boys drafted really well. My 10-year-old drafted all by himself.
Nice, there you go.
Home team.
Right.
I helped him with his team last year. We did horrible. So this year he did his own thing. He asked me a couple questions. I gave him my opinion, but I was helping my 8-year-old draft his team. So I'm helping him, and hopefully I don't fuck his team up as bad as I did my older boys last year. But both of them got very strong draft grades.
There's been a murder.
And I'm excited for it. This is only my second year I've done fantasy football, which is a little surprising because
you feel like a kid again.
I feel like a kid again.
Oh, pisser!
I can see
break the air. Like SpongeBob over here.
There was a splash. But yeah, it's I'm starting to get hooked.
Nice
fantasy football.
That's good. That's good. All right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thanks for joining the Two Dads, One Mike podcast. I'm Taylor. This is Mike.
Deuces.
Peace.
All right.
I'll fart in the microphone.
Well, thank you for not saying I'm going to fart in your face.
Might happen to that.
Never put it past you.
If you're only so lucky.
Only so lucky. All right. We are going live. We are going live. I've got to plug in my charger now.
You sing so good. And it's recorded too.
It still is.
Goodbye.
Bye.